yes. I want that. Oh, I need that. Gots to have that. I love my
And my name is Myron. They call me Sniffy. My name Myron Johnson. They call me Sniffy. They call me Sniffy. My cousin is Dr. Umar Johnson. I'm here to give y'all a message. Y'all better leave my cousin alone. That's what y'all better do. My cousin Umar doing good work for y'all. Y'all some stupid ass niggas, man. And y'all ain't giving the man no money. Y'all think because y'all gave my cousin a little money, y'all think y'all own him. Y'all don't own a motherfucker down up in here. And y'all gonna be looking real stupid August the 2020 when my cousin opened up that school. He gonna be opening up that school, and them boys gonna be getting educated. He gonna be doing more than y'all dumb ass kids. That was y'all.
When soul singer and black activist Sam Cooke wrote the lyrics to his song, "A Change Is Gonna Come," it was very direct and to the point. With some changes to it, the song was still digestible. In the year 2019, black folks continue to go through the change rather than direct the change. A community activist named Taalik Ibn'rad has made an appeal similar to what Sam Cooke was asking for. A change. It's said that the meek shall inherit the earth. We ask when. When will the landlords give the meek a free lease? Mr. Ibn'rad is humbly asking for the state of Mississippi. President Trump has already had sit-downs with the wrong representatives of the black community. How about a real discussion with a true grassroots African American? Join and organize Operation Exodus Mississippi today, or become a supporter.
Hey, Umar! Not to be popular. It just, I'm inspired by my brother, that reality Temple's brother, the most powerful voice on the internet, that reality Angel Snubbing Up 7. That's right, brother. I'm calling you out, brother. I'm building you. I'm putting you out there, brother. I'm shouting you out. That's my inspiration.
Free your mind.
Howdy, partner. I was just thinking, short video, just something to make you say, You ever talk to some people and perhaps they are part of an organization, or they are on the job, or maybe they married for I don't know how long or whatever, and they get to the point where they say, like on their job, they wouldn't fire me. They need me. So they're not worried about getting fired. They're not worried about getting terminated because they need me. You are in a marriage and you love your husband, you love your wife, and it gets to the point where you think that your husband or your wife, they really need you. They can't operate without you. They got to have you. They need. Or an organization you've been part of for years or whatever, and of course they are used to you being there and whatever, and in your mind they need me. Wow. They need. Now let's look at that word need. Need, I would assume, means absolutely, no doubt. Like you need air to breathe. You cut that air off and you ain't gonna make it. You need food. You need water. You need. Without food, without air, without water, you're done. Now, if you don't want to live, that's different. But if you want to live, you need food. You need water. You need those things. You don't need sex. There's a lot of people in this world. We don't need sex. We can actually live without sex. The human being is nowhere close to being extinct. So that's not a need. So you don't need that. You don't need that donut. As long as you eat, you don't need a donut. You don't need that cheeseburger. You don't need. As long as you eat, that's not a need. Need is an absolute. If you need, that means if you don't get, you will be causing something. You will be caused, or you will be causing something that's going to suffer serious harm. Correct? I need. You need me. And then the reality of life sets in. And that organization, for some reason, you're too old, you done something, it probably, in your mind, it probably don't mean too much, and that organization comes to you one day and say, your services will no longer be needed here. And it's a mind blower, because in your mind, something like this could never happen because they need me. And you've been on your job 35, 40 years, or whatever. You're going to retire when you feel like it. And one day they offer you, they say, look, you can retire now. I mean, we're going to have to let you go. You can take this retirement plan, or you have to make some type of arrangement because we're going to have to let you go. And you look at them, again, it's a mind blower, because you're saying to yourself, how is this possible? They need me. Well, clearly they don't need you as much as you thought. Even in our relationships, even among our family members, because we have money, because we control this or whatever it is, oh, they need me. And one day your wife says, I want a divorce. Wait a minute. How can you ask for a divorce, lady? You need me. You don't even work. As long as we've been married, you have never done lifted your finger to do nothing. I pay all the bills. I do everything. You dress nice. You got a nice car. I want a divorce. But you need me. See, something has gone wrong. See, there is no absolute. That organization has no real need for you. They can survive with or without you. That job, you think they need you so much? They show you, we can make it without you. There's an old saying, what one monkey don't stop no show. And you find out that they don't need you like they think. That's what happens to a lot of actors in Hollywood. They think because they are so popular, they are the star or whatever, this show is nothing without me. And they say, I'm sorry, we're going to have to terminate your contract. We moving on. They find somebody else to take your place, and the show goes on. Remember David Ruffin? David Ruffin he was a member of the Temptations. And David Ruffin got to the point, he got the big head so much that he told the rest of the group, if it wasn't for me, there wouldn't be no Temptation. And then he started to talk about or put his own name in front of the group, David Ruffin and the Temptations, because they need me. And then the other group members of the Temptations decided, because of David Ruffin's arrogant behavior and his, the main thing was he wasn't taking care of business. Not only was he arrogant, he was missing shows, he was messing with people's money because he became a drug user and things of this nature, and the group just had to kick him out. But you need me. I'm David Ruffin. I'll make the Temptation. Without David Ruffin, there won't be no Temptation. And as you know, the Temptations continued to roll, continued to make hits, and kept going without the person that they need, David Ruffin. Rest in peace, David. If there's another life and you get to do everything again, I'm pretty sure you would probably do things much, much different. You need me. I need Jesus. I need God. Do you? Do you really? You mean to tell me that if you stop believing in God right now, your life is going to change. You're just going to fall apart. Well, without God, I would be a crackhead. Without God, I'll be a prostitute. Without God, well, that's what you want to be anyway. That's something you decided anyway. Because now, God brought you up, and just because God leaves or whatever, or you don't, for some reason there's no God, why would you go back to doing that? See, that's the thing. God to me, that's not something that even God wants. God wants you to heal. God wants you to be able to stand on your own, be independent, and like Sniffy Johnson said, do your own thing. Do your own, be yourself, be a man, be a woman. But what I really want to say in this, there are many soul brothers and sisters in this country who have a warped idea, especially when you say that this Caucasian people, there's a big possibility they could be planning your extermination, your destruction. I'm not talking about shooting some racist cops, shooting a few people in the street now and then. I'm talking about if the right circumstance comes, there's a plan already in the making or already made that they will kill every last one of us. No problem. And some of you may say, oh, that's impossible. That can't happen because they need us. They need black people. No, they don't. Especially in this day and time. They have Mexicans, they have Africans, they have all kinds of immigrants coming from Central and South America and still coming from Europe and whatever. What the hell do they need you for? Now, when they did need you, of course, ancestors was not paid a dime. And they did need that free slave labor, because that free slave labor would cause them to become extremely powerful and wealthy. So there was a need then. You don't serve that purpose. Matter of fact, you have the nerve to dare ask your massa, can I have a raise? You have the nerve to ask your massa, you ain't paying me enough. I'm working too much. They don't need you. Need you for what? They have plenty of Caucasian entertainers that can sing like soul brothers and sisters, dance like soul brothers and sisters. They can play football. They cannot play football like we do, or basketball, or rap like we do, whatever. But there's no need. They can live without you. There's nothing special about your penis. There's nothing special about your vagina. There's nothing that they really, really need. It's nice. See, it's nice to have around. Yeah. They enjoy your penis. They enjoy your vagina. They enjoy you singing and dancing and playing basketball. They enjoy you a little bit. You're very entertaining, but they don't need you. You are very arrogant, and you live in a fictional fantasy world to believe that they need you, because they don't. Every so-called Negro in this country could leave right now, and this country will keep pushing, keep moving on. Won't think about you no more. Good riddance to bad rubbish. In fact, if they really thought you were serious about going to some Africa or leaving this country, don't think they would help you if they thought you really were serious. I mean, they hear you talking, but they don't see no real activity, no real action to make them believe you're really serious. They know if they want you out of here, they're going to kick you out, just like that dog that you kick out your house is going to turn back around, scratching at the door, let me back in, because that's the only home that dog know. You're a grown man, you're a grown woman, and you don't have the nature to even want to do for yourself. You say out of your mouth that black folks, soul brothers and sisters, we can make it without white people. There's no evidence. There's no evidence to show that we can make it without white folks. Now they can. They can, and have proven and shown they don't need us at all, period. Now when they did need us, that's over and done with. In today's modern time, they don't need you. But see, you need them. Without the white man, whether you Kemetic, whether you Hebrew Israelite or Moor or Black Christian or whatever the hell you want to call yourself, without white folks, y'all can't make it. Point blank. That's it. We need them. They don't need us. Well, if we don't need them, then stand up like a man and prove it.
Free your mind.
In other words, this relationship between Farrakhan and the Jews, you think that the Jews don't like Farrakhan and Farrakhan don't like the Jews, when the reality is they are doing something that benefit each other. Something is funny. Something in the house something don't smell right. Something don't smell right, Because I was just thinking here, look. Louis Farrakhan was banned for life from Facebook, right? True or not, Louis Farrakhan was banned from Facebook for life. Not for a few months, not for a few years. Facebook said, look, you cannot use our site for life. Now, this is the problem. This is my question. Because this is what YouTube done to me. Because basically, YouTube told me once my channel was terminated, I cannot use YouTube. So as many of you know, since I've been on YouTube, over 100 channels have been terminated. Now I want you to listen to something. And I want you to compare what happened to me on YouTube to Minister Louis Farrakhan being banned for life on Facebook. Now check it out. When YouTube terminated my channels, I got a notice in the email. Your channel has been terminated. You are no longer allowed to use YouTube. I think for at least a year or so. After a year goes by, they'll let you back on the platform or something to that effect. But this is what they done. When YouTube decided that Angel Snub Number 7 was terminated, that I was banned, I was not allowed on their site, this is what they done. They made an effort to find every channel I had. This also included people, now listen, this also included people who might have copied, mirror my videos and put it on their channel. They went after anything that was associated with me. I'm going to say that again. When YouTube decided to terminate Angel Snub Number 7, they not only went after the videos that I created, but anything that was on their site they thought was related to Angel Snub Number 7, the Reality's Temple on Earth, they took it down. If you made a video of mine and put it on your channel, they terminated your whole channel. To my knowledge, they just did not remove the video. They was terminating people's channels that had anything that was associated with Angel Snub Number 7, they took it down because I am banned. None of my material, they don't want my face, they don't want my images, they don't want nothing on their site. They wanted me banned. They do not want me on the site. So, now, if Facebook is banning, if Louis Farrakhan is banned from Facebook, then you would think they would do the same thing. Because Louis Farrakhan does not just represent himself as an individual, but he represents an organization and he represents people with the same mindset that he has. So if you support, look, if Louis Farrakhan is an anti-Semite, if Louis Farrakhan represents hate speech, all those who agree with him, then clearly, if you view Louis Farrakhan, if you say Louis Farrakhan represents hate speech, and he's an anti-Semite, then all of those who support him, they agree with what he's saying, they support what he do, so they must also be anti-Semite, they also must represent hate speech. So not only should you ban Louis Farrakhan, but every Nation of Islam member, anybody that supports Louis Farrakhan should be banned from Facebook. That's what happened to me on YouTube. Anything associated with me, they took down. Every video, anything in relationship to Louis Farrakhan on Facebook, if you support Louis Farrakhan, you make it known, I'm a supporter of Louis Farrakhan. Everything associated, related to Louis Farrakhan should be taken down. This is what happened to me on YouTube. It makes sense. Because you talking about Louis Farrakhan, the reason why he was banned was because of hate speech. He's an anti-Semite or whatever. Look at all these people on your platform that supports this. So really, you might think that you're taking Louis Farrakhan off Facebook, that Louis Farrakhan is supposed to be banned, but you're not really banning, you have not really terminated Louis Farrakhan as long as you have Brother Ben X, Sister Pamela X, whoever XX, Darrell Muhammad, Wesley Muhammad, Nuri Muhammad. If you have them on your site, the members of the Nation of Islam, what was the purpose talking about Facebook ban Louis Farrakhan? You have to remove everything that is in relation to Louis Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan represents the Nation of Islam. So anything related to Louis Farrakhan, anything related to Nation of Islam is banned on Facebook, banned for life. That's how it should go. But since it's not going that way, then that raises a question. It raises a problem. Why? The first question is, for years, for decades, Louis Farrakhan has been called an anti-Semite. The Nation of Islam itself, for decades, has been accused of hate speech for decades. Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam has been on Facebook a long, long time. So what's the difference between the hate speech now and the hate speech then? And why aren't you removing everything associated with the Nation of Islam and Louis Farrakhan if Farrakhan, who represents the Nation of Islam, is banned from Facebook? That's funny. You should ask yourself a question. Something is wrong here. In my opinion, it seems as though there is some type of relationship. Something is going on here. Maybe the purpose of putting out into the public Louis Farrakhan is banned from Facebook. The purpose really is to make it like he means something when really he's not. Louis Farrakhan does not mean too much of anything like he did in the 1980s. Thousands of people listen to Farrakhan. That's all well and good. But as far as what we call the black community, the community of soul, if you really look at our people now and compare it to the 80s, they don't care. They're not impressed by Louis Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan in the 80s, he could have put himself, if he was not so messed up in his mind. But see, he's not a leader. He's not a leader. He's not a leader. He's incompetent. He don't know what he's doing. Has no vision. All these different things. So he couldn't do nothing anyway. He has the potential if he listened to the right people. But the only thing on their mind is this feel-good rhetoric. The only thing on their mind is making money and booty and praise and all this type of thing. That's the only thing that's on their mind. They're converting people to a religion. they're not really, they really don't care nothing about true freedom, justice, and equality for us as a people. So he couldn't have done it even in the 80s, but during the 80s, Louis Farrakhan had more respect. Now, there are so many people with voices that's actually coming from out of this soul community itself that is expressing their disgust for Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam, the Nation of Islam and their teachings. More and more people question these teachings. So it's not, so, and the thing about it, since Louis Farrakhan, regardless to whether we like it or not, does influence people, I think this probably was done to give him some type of credibility, like he's a threat, and he really, he really is a freedom fighter. So that more and more people would be attracted to him because, wow, look how the government, look how they treat Farrakhan, to make you think he's a real freedom fighter when he's not. He's taking those with him, as they say in Christian circles, to hell or on this road to nowhere. Because how are you going to censor, how are you going to ban Farrakhan, but you don't really remove his presence from the site? Because that's what YouTube done to me. You take down and you remove everything associated with Louis Farrakhan because he has been banned for life. But there's something slick going on here, y'all. I don't know what it is. Something don't sound right. Something's shaky, because that's what's supposed to be happening. And I know, I just started thinking about that. And these people crying or whatever, you crying over Farrakhan being banned, but the reality is he's still there.
Free your mind.
The Black Revolutionary, well, however you want to call it, we speak about something that we want, and that is freedom, justice, and equality. Now, I'm going to talk about freedom, but since I did bring up the word equality, I hear what you're saying, but we really don't want equality, because even though you say you want freedom, justice, and equality, many of you still believe if a woman wants to do such and such, she is not allowed to do that because that's man's work. When did work have a gender? If a woman wants to try, why can't she try? There are many things, of course, men can do better than women because of physical strength or whatever. Nowadays, some of these sisters are stronger than some of these brothers. These brothers are so damn weak. Some of these sisters in the gym lifting weights and doing their thing, many of these sisters are stronger than some of these soul brothers. It is not equal. It is not just if you deny a woman or anybody opportunity. So that is not equality. So when you talk about equality, many of you really don't want that. You really don't want justice, because you still have the mindset where certain laws and certain mindsets favors one over another. That is not equal. That is not just. You really don't want that. And you have a warped sense of what freedom is. Let me give you my idea of what freedom is. First of all, there's no such thing really as freedom. You don't want to live being free, because true freedom equates to chaos and anarchy. When you have chaos and anarchy, you are living in an environment where there is lawlessness. There is no law. Everything is up to grabs. This is why many governments will declare martial law, because the people are getting to a point where they have no respect for law and order. You are living in an environment of lawlessness, chaos, and anarchy. But really, they are demonstrating that they are free, because you can't tell me what to do. Freedom in your mind is, I can do anything I want to do. We say freedom, and actually we need to find a different word, because it is dumb, and you should not want to be free in that sense. You have to have some type of law and order. The universe that we live in is under some type of structure, some type of law. If the sun does not do what it does, if the earth does not do what it does, we won't even be able to live, because it's hot one day, cold the minute. It's just all messed up. You don't know what to expect. And within the law, you don't know what to expect. And it's detrimental for life. True freedom is detrimental to life. Life, in order for life to exist, it has to have some type of structure. When the sperm meet the egg, then you produce a baby. It has to follow this type of pattern, has to follow some type of structure. You don't really want to live in the warped sense of thinking that we view of as freedom. It's not going to work. Now, what we really want simply is to be treated fair and just. That's all that you want. And you truly want justice, and you want equality. So we add these all together, and you want to feel, not actually be free, but you want to feel free under a just and fair structure. This is something that we as a people, our ancestors, have been denied living in America going on 500 years. You and I both know that we live in a system, we live in an environment that can be chaotic, and it does not demonstrate to us that we will receive fair and just treatment. So we want our freedom. We want to be set loose from this structure. So we do want freedom. We just want to be free from an unjust and unfair, biased, prejudiced, murder-thinking system. So in that regard, I understand why we want to be free. But understand that we don't want what we believe is true freedom, because true freedom is anarchy. Can you imagine as you drive down the road in your car and your car exhibits freedom? That means this tire can go that way, the other tire can go another way, because that's free. Being turned loose. Matter of fact, that's what you say. If this tire go that way and another tire go the other way, and it just starts falling apart, the parts become free, then you cannot even drive, because this tire goes that way. The transmission, when you go forward, the transmission wants to go in reverse. That's freedom. You have to have some type of law. You have to have some type of control. You have to have some type of order. So we come into a universe, we come into an environment where nature has some type of order. Even in the grand scheme of things, you have rabbits, but you have an animal that eats rabbits to keep that population under control, because if you allow rabbits to go free, then they cause a balance, and life is not going to work like that. So you have to have structure, we have to have balance. An example of something or animals being free is the wild animals. They are not like you and me. They actually are like free. They don't have to get up and go to work every day. They're just doing their thing, whatever they do, all the time. But you have to have a respect for law. You have to have a respect for the environment that you're in. You have to have a respect for structure. If you don't have a respect for structure, if you don't have if you ignore the environment that you're in because you're free, I can do anything that I want to do. This is what happens to you when you think that you can do, because you're free, you can do anything that you want to do. This is the result. You see this all the time. You see this all the time because this animal says, I'm free. So you don't have to respect this highway that cars are going back and forth every day. You don't have to respect that because I'm free. I can do anything I want to do. I can come out in the middle of the road and eat and play around and do whatever the hell I want to because I'm free. This is the result because you have no respect for your environment. This is what happens to you when you're free. We have no respect for law and order. So you enter a state of chaos. These animals think they can just do anything. This is what happens to you when you think you can do anything you want to do. I can walk wherever I want to walk and play wherever I want to play. I can eat anything that I want to eat. This is the result of your being free. Because I can do, you think, being free, I can do anything that I want. You cannot do anything that you want in this life because sooner or later you are going to have to come into contact with something else that is free. And since you don't have no respect for that, then this can be the result. And this is the type of life that we're living in right now. You think that you can do anything that you want to do what you feel, and you end up like this poor little squirrel, or this fox, or this deer, or that raccoon, or whatever. Yeah, it was a raccoon, I believe. Because you're free. I can do anything that I want to do. That's not how nature works. That's not how life is. You have to have balance. The only thing we want to feel free. In other words, when I say I want freedom, I simply just want to be treated fair and just. I want freedom, justice, and equality. I want to be treated fair. I want equality. A woman, even a child, is not beneath me. I respect that child even though that child is young. I respect that child because that child was given life. I respect that woman. If she want to try, I understand our roles. She might cook better than men. She might sew better than men. There's a certain job, but at the same time, if that sister wants to try, she wants to try to do that, why can't she do it? Oh, because I'm the man. That's a man job. Why is it a man job? Because that's what you want. Because you want to put yourself in a position where you feel you're superior, and whenever you think that you're superior or better than anybody, whether it's a woman or a child, then you have just denied somebody fair treatment. You have denied them justice and equality, thus they don't feel freedom. So they would say, I want freedom, justice, and equality.
Free your mind.
Yo, 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 yo. In the name of our ancestors, peace. forever and motherfucking always. Welcome to another edition of the bitch that I call the Reality Temple on Earth. I'm your homie. I'm your boy, Angel Snuffed 7. I'm the one with the muscle. I'm the one with the mic. I'm the mighty one, Angel Snuffed 7. And I'm also your goddamn brother, soul motherfucking brother, you know, number one. Peace to y'all, homies. Peace to your homie. Check it out, check it out, check it out. Yeah. I'm getting ready to motherfucker bust a goddamn move and motherfucker step up on me. Not only I'm gonna bust a move, I'm gonna bust a cap up in that goddamn ass. Ain't no doubt about that. Cause I'm getting ready to get real in this bitch. Understand what I'm saying, y'all? Yeah. What's the motherfucking subject? The motherfucking subject is profanity. You understand, homie? The profanity. I dig it. You got a lot of people out there. Look, profanity ain't nothing but the goddamn English language. Cause y'all tripping. Oh, I don't listen to motherfucking Sarah Suzetti cause he cussing, because he profane, cause he sound nasty. Man, y'all some goddamn gay ass bitches, man. Talk about we don't like no motherfucking cussing. Y'all some fucked up ass bitches, man. Y'all some goddamn P-boys. You know what I'm saying? God damn. Woo, man. Now, you know, I'm just saying, doing that in fun. But y'all, I mean, come on. Do that look good? Do I come off as an intelligent person? I don't care what you say. But if you come off like that, how can somebody really take you serious unless they ignorant also? Because no intelligent person you never see, because that world leader represents his people. Now get this, now listen to me. World leaders represent their people. You never see a world leader with that type of behavior. A world leader on a world stage presents him or herself in a manner, in the best manner they can, because they represent their people. Now their people, the people themselves, and even the leader himself, in private, behind closed doors, once that leader get off the stage, man, that motherfucker Donald Trump, that president of the United States, bitch, the bitch can kiss my goddamn ass. You know, they might talk that way. And you know Donald Trump talks that way. But on the world stage, you don't see that. And why won't they do that? Why won't a world leader, a king or a queen, and y'all call yourselves that too. You call yourself kings and queens and gods and all this type of stuff. But you're a motherfucking god. You know, kiss my ass, bitch. You know, all that kind of talk. And you a god? You a king? What are you really representing? Because a world leader is representing his or her people, and they want the world to look at his people in the best manner he or she can do that. You, as an individual, I mean, you can do that. That's fine and dandy. But when people look at you, I don't care what you say. And some of these folks claim I've been to Harvard. I've been to Yale. You got all this education, but you keep spewing out these little profane words. And why is this? Well, because actually a lot of these people, they are profane. They are nasty. They are vulgar. They are vile. They have a nasty, profane character. Oh, my nigga, you tripping, my nigga. You keep talking about, man, dude, my nigga, knock, nigga. nigger, bed wench, Uncle Tom, coon, Sambo, profanity. Where do all this come from? It comes from the racist Caucasian people. This is where you got it from. You got it from them. And these words, nigger, coon, Sambo, these were words created by, remember, the majority of this nation was illiterate at one time. During the time of slavery, you had a lot of educated Caucasian people, but a vast majority of them was illiterates. And they came up with names to make mockery and degrade their slaves. Nigger is a very popular word. Don't you? Woo, man. Look at here. Look at here. Y'all are arguing right now over, are you an Aboriginal or are you an African? I'm going to tell you what you really are. You're a nigger. Why? Because that's what the slave master named you, nigger. They called our ancestors nigger. And if you went back in time, you could ask one of our ancestors and they would say, what are you? Are you an Aboriginal or African? They would tell you, I'm a nigger. We niggers. That's what they knew for hundreds of years. I'm a bed wench, a nigger. That's what they called us. And we adopt that. It's a sign of abuse. When an abusive husband tries to make mockery of his wife and calls her a whore and a bitch and all like that, then even after she is able to leave him, she keeps calling herself a hoe and a bitch, except she makes hoe and bitch a term of endearment. So we make nigger and coon and all these different things. We talk and call each other these different names. These things have become a term of endearment because we are victims of hundreds of years of abuse, to the point that whatever our abuser called us, now we voluntarily call ourselves. And we embrace their ignorant, illiterate ass language, because profanity or cuss words come from those illiterates. That's where it comes from. And you are actually, all these people, especially somebody like young Pharaoh, you do your research and you know all this, and Sarah Soon said it, and you know all this. And you're supposed to be so smart. You do your research and your intelligence, but then you fall and you operate on this low level that your slave master gave you. I believe it's the ISIS papers by our soul sister Frances Cress Wilson, where she talks about the origins or the psychological meaning behind motherfucker, dick, pussy, all these words that we use that came from our slave master. You didn't get none of that stuff from no African. You didn't get none of that stuff from a black Christian. You didn't get none of that from a black Moor or a Hebrew Israelite or a black Muslim or none of that. You got it. We got it from our slave master. And now his words of abuse have become our labels of endearment. And we find joy. Some of us don't even mean any harm. Oh, come on, my nigga, you bitch motherfucker. You a bitch. You a boy, man, you a bitch. We smile. And we actually enjoy calling ourselves, using these nasty, vile, despicable words, this language that we learn from our slave master, passed down through the generations in this society. And I'm like, I was listening to one of these videos, I'm looking at the person who's supposed to be so intelligent, and they actually are proud and happy and have no problem with all this knowledge you claim that you have, but you're going to embrace a filthy language that came from an illiterate people. Some poor trash. And you embrace that. Wow. With all your knowledge, with all your wisdom and your understanding and your research and your information, and you're going to put some illiterate people on a high pedestal. It's just language, you say. Yeah, it's just language. It's the lowest of the language. The nastiest, the filthiest of the language. It's not the best. If you want to be the best, then use the best that is available. You don't go to the store and look for rotten apples. You go to the store and you look over the apples and pick out the best. When you go to the store and buy a shirt, you go to the store to find something that you like, the best that they got that you can afford, you get it. You try to go for the best. You don't try to go for the rotten, the worst. So when it comes to language, how come it's all right to use the filthiest, the nastiest, the most vile of the language that English presents? There's nothing wrong with that. But if somebody's wearing an old hand-me-down shirt, nasty shirt that's dirty and got spaghetti stains all over, whatever, you got a problem with that. Like, damn, my nigga, you filthy as a mug. You need to change your shirt, wash your clothes. But when it comes to your dirty ass mouth, that's all right. That's all right. So see, there's a problem in your thinking. And then some of these